We'll talk about the delay thing in a second, guys. I do want to stress, well, not a second. I got a list of things we need to do before we jump into the quick introductions. So first off, Grubby wasn't being difficult. Just saying it's standard professionalism across most broadcasts, and it is. Go for StarCraft, DreamHack, or no, I guess not DreamHack, but a lot, like Acer Team Strike Up, a lot of tournaments require delay on the behalf of casters. ZOTAC actually doesn't have rules about that, so while we don't technically have to put the delay on, we are more than happy to oblige any player who asks for it. So it's not about anything other than just keeping it standard. Now, I'm Rifkin, I'm casting with Doom. It's spawning here in the lower right corner of the map, playing for no one other than himself. It's the man of the hour, Grubby.
His opponent from against all authority, it is MarineLorD.
And I do want to take a minute to give some shoutouts here to donations received, actually. So, one sec while I pull this up. I had the list and then I closed the window like a silly Billy. I'm probably going to say these names wrong, so if I do, my apologies. But Michael Tay, T-H-E-Y-S, however I pronounce that name, thank you for your $10 donation, sir. As well as Manuel Pombo, Elorun, making a nice contribution of 20 bucks. Thank you. You guys rock. Like, super freaking hard. While we don't have Survivor running anymore, this is money that we can stockpile towards another great event, Doom.
Alright, let's make it happen then, Rifkin. So, TVP, I'm excited. This is going to be our first matchup of the day. And I think it's, or at least my first matchup casting of it today.
Yeah, it's mine too.
I really like the way that TVP is progressing, at least from the matches that I've seen, and I'm always excited when we've got Grubby playing on stream, Rifkin. I mean, I just get a little bit more energy, a little bit more pep in my step to try to make it an awesome game, especially for the fans, because he is such a character in the scene, a very well-known player from Warcraft 3 days, and of course, one of the most successful, more successful StarCraft 2 players.
And also, like, the nicest guy. Now, unfortunately, MarineLorD, not being such a nice guy, is going to go for the Engineering Bay block. Really common in this matchup nowadays. Something we actually, you almost never saw.
Well, it's bringing it back then, and Grubby going to be slightly annoyed by that. We'll have to see if he transitions into something else for his build, if he had, you know, a specific plan going with that Nexus going down, if he has now a backup plan to really adjust from seeing that.
The big thing about this too is the Zealot has to spend this time. Oh, Reaper gonna be shut down. The Zealot has to spend this time on the Engineering Bay. He's got to chip away at it, and it's gonna be time lost. But the big thing is, if you're a Terran player, guys, whether you're Diamond, Grandmasters, you've at least lost one game to your opponent getting Zealot and a Mothership Core across the field before you could get a bunker down. MarineLorD has no defenses at home right this second, but he'll have 4 Marines out. He'll have this Reaper out. It can actually hold off this push. Whereas if this came straight across the field, he would be in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is kind of annoying for Terran players to have happen to them, and I don't really know. Whoop.
Reaper sneaks past them. Ooh, not gonna go to the main though. I guess, oh, he doesn't know that the Mothership Core is across. He might still think it's at home, but that Reaper could have gotten in and gotten some good probe kills. That much is for sure, but Command Center will finish at the very least, so not going to get denied in that regard, but 4 Marines. Going to take a good chunk of micro and Time Warp. Nicely played.
Let's do the Time Warp again. Alright.
Yeah. Now, of course, these first 2 Marines will go down, but with 2 more coming out, actually, if he sends them in one at a time, he'll be in some trouble, but he'll clean up this Mothership Core. Grubby will just have to probably go home with this.
And I like that the Mothership Core isn't strong enough to really do huge amounts of damage in the early game. That's at least one thing I'll give Blizzard a nod for in terms of their game design here. But Grubby, let's not forget to mention that he's going to regenerate those shields back on that Mothership Core now. So very knowledgeable about his opportunities in this early stage of the game and how he can really make his units as effective as possible.
Yeah, Widowmine
might have something to say about this.
It should, if the Mothership Core stayed, it's low enough that I think it would have killed it, because the Widowmine does a hell of a lot of damage to units with shields, but Stalker's just on the edge of this. Sadly. Yeah, this bunker can't get up. He needs to get it up, though. Okay, yeah, Reaper.
This is annoying, super annoying for MarineLorD right now.
He did manage to sneak the Reaper back into the main of Grubby while this was going on. He goes unseen for the time being, so at the very least, he'll get some very crucial scouting information off. Maybe a probe kill or two.
We'll have to see if what he decides to do from here, because this is an awkward situation. Grubby really showed a lot of forward aggression at that point. The Reaper's going to come back and confirm, okay, he's not really ready to attack me just quite yet. So will MarineLorD go into some type of drops from here? We continue to try to turtle up in his main base. I don't think that's the Terran way, though, Rifkin.
No, certainly not. But what Grubby's doing is the Protoss way against the Terran way. He's going for armor upgrades first and quick. And if you guys have never seen Zealots take fire from Marines, they already can soak so much damage. You put some armor on those bad boys, and it's even harder to kill.
Gonna go for Blink as well to try to further increase the cost effectiveness here, and he can transition out of Twilight Council into Storm if he wanted to. No indication yet that Grubby wants to throw down a Robotics Bay, but okay, there we go. Templar Archives on the field. Here comes the drop into the
Widowmine, perhaps hoping to get a little more damage off, but of course the cannon is down, so Grubby, ooh, that probe jukes into the assimilator, so little unfortunate. You never really want to burrow Widowmines near gas simply because of what just happened.
Yeah, we'll never know what happened to that Widowmine rocket that shot into the assimilator there.
The abyss.
Protoss must have some type of disintegrating ray inside the assimilators that makes it just disappear, but...
Well, it's going to be called Legacy of the Void for a reason. But okay, Grubby actually getting that fast Templar Archives. This is going to be excellent. Storm going to come out so quickly, and, well, it'll be excellent for him, but not so excellent for MarineLorD, who is going for that biocomposition. I mean, Mech it's trying to find a way, but until the patch hits, I really feel there's just nothing other than bio that a Terran player can do, and it's so easily shut down by this very quick Storm. And what's worse, Grubby has the Observer in the base of MarineLorD right now. He's going to see, oh, hey, there's nothing to stop this Warp Prism.
And he sees both tech labs still spinning, so that is indicative of stim and combat shields not being done. And if we look at the actual timings of them, only about a quarter of the way done for each.
Yeah, this is not going to be too easy for MarineLorD to deal with, but you got to keep in mind that if you can deal with it, he'll recover nicely. But Doom, oh my god, is Grubby going to go for Storm Drops? This isn't something you often see, and oh man, I'm like... You talk about those nerd chills at the start of the game. This is the cool type of tactic I love to see. Something not so common in the TVP matchup that can be incredibly effective and incredibly game-changing.
It almost feels like MarineLorD's seen this before, though. He's got this supply depot built off to the side to look for any type of drop ships or any type of air units that are coming in. And now the big reveal comes through. Grubby's going to try to warp in on top of the depot, and there's a Viking in the vicinity to potentially take it out, but MarineLorD not taking full advantage of that, perhaps.
Well, Vikings cannot chase down Warp Prisms like they once could. Ever since that speed change, Warp Prisms do outrun Vikings, sadly. So, yeah, I think he still should have shot it. Should have shown that, like, look, I'm not going to deal with your shenanigans. But it looks like on the opposite side of the map, MarineLorD going to go for his own sort of drop harass.
Okay, that's a lot of drop ships too, Rifkin.
Yeah, and the problem is, all it takes is a good couple feedbacks to shut this down before units even get out. There is an observer positioned. He will see this coming, but will it be too late?
Those Zealots may be able to tip their friends off, but no, not going to swing around that far. MarineLorD's got great vision around the entire map right now.
He really does. Yeah.
But the observers are going to see the dropships. Here we go, moving in. No boost just quite yet. Actually going to offload on the outskirts while Grubby's actually going to warp into High Templar and activate Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, Medevacs still... They get feedback, but most importantly, they live to see another day. The Archon is focused down, so it will not live to see another day.
Warpins got dropped as soon as they came in here, and now just Stalkers versus this Bio Clump. He's going to take down a lot of units, Rifkin.
Oh, but the Storm is revealed here too, which is not great for MarineLorD, but necessary for Grubby to clean that up.
He's already got the Ghost Academy up, and now going to be spinning that Mobius reactor. +2 started immediately for MarineLorD as soon as that armory finished up. And, you know, Grubby's got the third base established. MarineLorD's got the third base established. We're moving into some serious mid-game tactics here, Rifkin. And there's no Colossus on the field yet. Just want to point that out.
I really like what MarineLorD's doing here at the third base as well. This huge choke for that bunker. Going to be so nice for Zealot run-bys. It'll make them funnel in and not get cleaned up too easily. But, again, Grubby with the Storm drops, available, ready to go. I like that he's doing this in the Warp Prism too, because High Templar natively very slow, very weak, and easy to pick off. Warp Prism, not quite the case. Very fast, quite durable, and not nearly as vulnerable as those High Templar.
There's also that small chance that MarineLorD went for some early ghost play, but whoa,
stims
way
past the army.
He's going straight for a probe snipe.
Oh, Storms, of course, utilized immediately. Medevacs could pick this up and get these guys out of there with a boost. But some nice kiting.
Pickup edge for that one. So, and there we go. Hot pickup, baby.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, 3 Zealots are going to get into the mineral line just out of range of that bunker, so they will get some SCV kills here. And Grubby prioritizing the gas mining SCVs. I really like that move, but his army's still marching down the left side of the field. That Warp Prism gonna go in. Medevac's gonna try and unload. Chase this off. Actually kind of cool. Is forced to kill one of the Templar, though. Wow.
What kind of crucial is happening here is that the factory is going to drop for MarineLorD. Back at home, I don't believe he has another factory, and I only believe he only has 1 starport on the field. Grubby's transitioning into double Colossus here.
Yeah.
His Thermal Lance is about quarter of the way done, and if there's a ton of Colossus on the field in a very small amount of time, and MarineLorD doesn't have that second starport available to him, and he's just building medevacs at this point, no indication that he's going to that Grubby's switching into Colossus from his perspective. So this could really play into Grubby's favor in a couple of minutes here in this game, really.
Well, Warp Prism in the main was cleaned up, or is getting cleaned up, I should say, but there's still a Storm available. Zealot's still running amok. And of course, the upgrade's looking really good here for Grubby. 2 armor, 1 weapon upgrade. More than enough to keep these Zealots alive through several hits. I gotta give it to MarineLorD, though. He's been making some cool moves across the field. He's been harassing, sending 2 Marauders into the natural, constantly stimming into the 3rd, but he's just not getting the damage done. And we look at the resources lost, it's really reflected there.
Yep. Incomes are relatively even, though, of course, the advantage coming from mules for MarineLorD, but in terms of tech, he's still trying to react to the High Templar tech, building 3 ghosts at a time.
But it's not High Templar he needs to fear, it's the double Colossus production that you were talking about earlier, about to come into full effect.
Double chrono boosted Colossus, nonetheless. And plus 3 ground armor is about a quarter of the way done too, so no doubt he'll be chrono boosting that out, and probably going to be looking to hit a time attack once that completes.
And Grubby's going to get super cool with this, dude. We got gravitic boosters on the way. This, of course, makes observers really quick. Sorry, never mind. I got excited about the wrong upgrade. I thought that was the one for the Warp Prism, because he was making a Warp Prism in tandem with it. So never mind, guys.
Never mind. Cut the tape. Restart the cast. No, joking. Two Warp Prisms here, Rifkin. Okay, so it looks like he does want to do a full-on attack, but perhaps once he loses a large chunk of his army, he'll go and warp in with those Warp Prisms on various locations on the field. He does have a large warp gate infrastructure currently available to him. He's got 5 in the back of his base, another 6 down there, an additional 4 in the natural. So Grubby's looking pretty good in terms of being able to replenish his army supply, and if he takes a choice engagement, destroys all of what MarineLorD has, well, Terran simply can't remax as fast as the Protoss.
A large portion, I gotta point this out, whoa, missed Storm, but a significant portion of the army of Grubby's across the map right now. All these Zealots marching towards that 3rd base.
Yep, and the reveal is now 9.
Yeah, beautiful EMPs go off, though. And full stim will come into effect. Of course, can't chase through those storms. Ugh, walks back into one, loses several Marines, but look at this choke created here by some hold position SCVs. MarineLorD, but he's got no repair on the bunker, so this base needs to be defended.
Plus 3 armors is done for Grubby. 2-2 only complete here from MarineLorD. And here we go. Grubby's actually going to push the issue. He's going to be moving into the natural. And he's got the observer seeing that it's completely unguarded.
Yeah, look how long that took to clean up. That's the armor upgrades for the Protoss player coming into full swing. Some nice snipes, good EMPs going off. He's got
in the main as well. Zealots trying to attack the barracks.
He needs the starport
on the field.
He needs. Oh my God! If he loses the starport, this is going to be incredibly difficult to clean up. Vikings will get that first Warp Prism, but there is another with Templar in them. Grubby with just Zealots causing a lot of damage. 3rd base completely evacuated. Actually, maybe just straight up killed off.
Actually, MarineLorD did build an additional starport at his natural as well, so he's still got Viking production going, and he's going to clean up the 3rd base at the very least. He's going to be trying to drop this fourth, but there's a Zealot there attacking. That's where Grubby's next focal point's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like if MarineLorD's made a lot of really intelligent choices this game. I can't say like what he's done for what he's seen has been perfectly fine, but it was not scouting that transition. The lack of Vikings currently on the field gonna make it so difficult to engage, especially with these big storms that Grubby keeps getting.
One great thing he had though was control. Grubby had all of his units clumped up and he hit those awesome EMPs.
The Vikings,
no! It's close. Oh, Big Storm gonna take that last one out there.
Meanwhile, back in the natural bunker does fall. Zealot's still just doing so much damage. So difficult to clean up.
Really annoying when you have a Protoss who's going to be constantly harassing you. Scan forward for MarineLorD is going to reveal the 4th base, so now he's in the know that Grubby's got the 4th base.
And there's so many cannons. Oh my god. Grubby playing cannon defense. He's got storms available, like 9 cannons here. He's not looking to take any damage anytime soon. And the really scary thing for MarineLorD is he's down to base versus Protoss. There's nobody who wants to be down to base versus Protoss.
Absolutely not. But MarineLorD is maintaining a very large army supply. The entire game has really been, well, not the entire game, but the last 5 minutes of the game, he's been hovering at 200 supply. But he can't move out because of Grubby's pressures. And Grubby's continuing to make war prisms. And is he actually going to push into the natural definitively here?
It kills me that this isn't a best of 3, by the way. I just want to throw that out there, but... Okay, an awkward engagement costs, unfortunately, all the Vikings on the field. 3 more just coming out. Storms and EMPs do go off. There's still, oh, those are sentries, not Templars. So no storms available, actually.
Yeah, there's big storms going down, but he can't combo them with the swipes of the Colossus. And now MarineLorD he's dumping off some biosupply and replacing it with more Vikings. He's getting his +1 ship weapons upgrades. He's continuing to add on Ghosts. He's getting Cloak for them as well. Yeah,
Ghost Viking is kind of that ultimate in-game composition, but good game is called. Finally, MarineLorD says, I've had enough, and Grubby will secure his slot in the grid.
That was a huge Storm plus Colossus combination there, where it took out a very large chunk of bio. And MarineLorD, yeah, not getting that 4th base up. I guess he just got ultimately frustrated with what was going on in the field there. And
I would too.
Tap out, but yeah, it was pretty frustrating when you get your factory killed and you have to rebuild it and build another starport from there. But I think it all came down to what we said earlier with the scouting, just not seeing that tech transition come through. But
yeah,
Grubby moving on.